Hello Wolfpack, quick Nano update here because Nano we used to talk about quite a bit, haven't talked about it in a while. It's been a couple months almost, I think, and I thought I'd bring you an update. A lot of people would have found my channel through Nano. Nano was a pretty popular coin that I did on this channel. Got quite a few subscribers from those videos, and so I figured I'd talk about it again. Not for the subscribers, obviously, not for the viewers or whatever, or not for the views, of course. For the TA, and I think the TA is in a very similar position to that of a coin we covered a couple of days ago, which was Bitcoin Cash. And it makes sense, right? Because Nano and Bitcoin Cash are basically very similar in a fundamental level. They're both aim to do the same thing, which is be the better Bitcoin, right? That's why the hard fork for Bitcoin Cash was created in the first place, because a lot of people disagreed with the way Bitcoin was going, and they thought the Bitcoin Cash offered a better alternative. Same with Nano, right? The only reason Nano exists is because people think it's better than Bitcoin. Same with Digibyte, right? We'll cover Digibyte in a couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. But you know, this is essentially a Bitcoin rival, and it makes sense for it to be doing the same thing that Bitcoin Cash is doing. And for that reason, this video is going to be slightly short. What Nano is doing right now is a Rangebound Construction the whole year, right, except for this one breakout we had during the April to May period, which was the altcoin season of this year, right? We had an April to May altcoin season, broke to the upside, everything was good for a month, basically a month and a half, and then everything crashed back down again into the range. And that's what Nano's been doing for literally 1 year now, in this range, this massive, big range, you know, between that $8 region and, you know, that $2 region here on Nano. So one big whole range throughout the whole year in that $6 region. And it's been very good for trading, and this is why I like coins like Nano, these ranging coins, Bitcoin Cash, Nano, Digibyte. I like them because they range. And when you range, very easy to trade, because all you need to do is sell in the red, buy in the green. Sell in the red, buy in the green. Sell in the red, buy in the green, okay? This is no exception. Except it might be, all right? Because obviously I am, you know, bearish on Bitcoin at the moment. However, I still think the structure on Nano maintains. You know, it wouldn't be the worst scenario to buy in the green here and aim for a sell in the red, because although the trend might be coming to an end, as with Bitcoin, and you know, the point is, the trend is your friend until it ends. And so if you're going to be a successful investor, you need to stick by what you plan to do. And if you're planning to trade Nano in the range, you should be continuing to trade Nano in the range. Obviously, tight stop losses as the market is unstable. But essentially, this is the whole plan for Nano right here that I'm kind of outlining right now. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I don't think that, you know, even though I just said you could be buying the range here, it might not be the best idea to buy right now. It might be the best idea to follow this strategy I'm about to give you, which is very similar to the strategy I gave people on Bitcoin Cash, okay? And that strategy is this, all right? If we come down to the bottom of this green range, okay? I don't care about the retest for top right now. If we come down to the bottom of this green range, okay, which is at $2, buy Nano. Set a stop loss 10% below, right, at $1.80. You're putting yourself at a favorable risk-reward ratio to get a quick bounce, even if it doesn't really materialize into anything. Now, if you spoke to me a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I would have said, you know, on this drop down to the top of the green box here, you should buy here, right? Because even though the market looks bearish, you usually see bounces off supports, even if they're dead cat bounces. The reason why I wouldn't buy right now is because there's a very high likelihood that this was a dead cat bounce that we saw off of this support from $3 all the way up to $4, right? And now this is the real test coming down and might break below. There's also the possibility that this is a double bottom. So the scenario I would give you is this, right? This is what you need to be doing for Nano, in my personal opinion. Okay? If there is evidence of a double bottom here, if we see a couple of green candles off of the top of this green rectangle when we test it, buy into Nano, set a tight stop loss. If we come down to the bottom of this green box, buy into Nano, set a tight stop loss, right? If either of those scenarios play out and we go to the upside, sell in the red box. If we break the red box to the upside, sell when the time comes to sell after a parabolic move, okay? That's my plan for Nano. Go back, rewind, watch the video again if you want to go over that plan again. From now on, I'm going to be talking about the technical analysis of Nano. That's my plan for Nano, you know, this far. The technical analysis, and one of the reasons you would have noticed in that plan, I said, if we break the red box to the upside, sell somewhere up here, right? I can't be certain because parabolic moves are very hard to measure, especially when you're talking about potentially months before they happen. But the reason why I think it's going to be parabolic is because of the VVPR. Okay, the volume profile, the VVPR, whatever you want to call it, is basically an indicator which we use to determine where the historical trading volume is happening. You'll notice that at the top of this red box, there is a dip on the VVPR. A dip on the VVPR basically means you have a long way to the downside to go and a long way to the upside to go, which means you're in a middle ground. When you're in a middle ground, when you break into the upside, you flip all of this for support. You've got a lot of buying pressure below you, and you tend to run up easier, right? So essentially, for example, if you're on the crevice of the VVPR, you're in a middle ground. If you're below a massive mountain on the VVPR, such as here, we have this mountain ahead here, it's going to be hard to run up that mountain, similar to running up a hill, right? Hard to run up a hill, easy to run down a hill. Okay, so when we flip this, it's very easy to run down to the upside there. All right, kind of difficult to explain, but essentially, the most important part about the volume profile is the red line, which is the POC, the point of control. That is where the most historical trading volume is happening on Nano, and that is currently stationed at around $3.57. Okay, we are below that right now. If we close a daily candle above $3.57, we will be flipping the point of control for support, which would be a good sign. That wouldn't be a buy signal for me, though, personally. What I will say is that if we do see that double bottom formation and we bottom out here, I would buy into it, being convinced that it is in fact a double bottom formation when we flip the POC and close a daily candle above it. So if we double bottom let me scroll down here so I can see the face cam's in the way here. If we double bottom at $3, okay, we need to be seeing some convincing price action to show us that it actually is a double bottom. And if we double bottom at $3, okay, when we break the POC at $3.57 and close above it, that would be confirmation to me that that double bottom was actually real, and that would be a buy signal for Nano. And from that point, we could expect to reach this red box within a matter of about a month at $6.64. So that's an easy way to get a 2x on Nano. Obviously, easier said than done. Things do happen, stuff doesn't go as planned, but that's on paper would be an easy way to get a 2x on Nano. As for the rest of the technical indicators other than the volume profile, let me just delete some of the stuff here. We can see the 50-week and the 50-day and the 200-day are both acting as resistance. We have the bull market support band acting as resistance. We have the Bollinger Bands tightening towards the bottom of our support zone, which is a great sign because it means a move either to the upside or the downside is on the way. However, since we're on support right now, it would indicate the upside. And we have the 9 EMA that we've lost as well. So here's the conflicting data for Nano. We're on support. The Bollinger Bands are tightening, which would indicate by itself that we're going to go up. However, we have a variety of dynamic resistance zones acting as resistance above us, which means the move upwards is going to be very choppy and very hard to break through. The fact of the matter is the whole market has lost a lot of positive structure during this drop down on Bitcoin from the start of November. It's going to be very hard for altcoins particularly to take that back. And so that's why I'm not being overconfident. I'm not going to say buy right here because we're going to double bottom. No, wait for the confirmations, wait for everything to happen. And if you want really, really, really secure profits here on Nano, I wouldn't be buying anywhere in this green box. What I'd be doing is I'd be waiting for a break of this red box and just cop whatever the gain is from that point when we go parabolic. Sometimes no trade is the best trade, especially in uncertain markets. But those are some, potential strategies that I've just outlined there that you could be using on Nano. As for the weekly chart, it's basically telling us a very similar thing to the daily chart. However, the weekly chart is slightly more bullish on Nano. Okay, we have the 200-week SMA, which is this green line here, which is actually basically the strongest support line you're going to get, one of the strongest support lines you're going to get. Very, very, very rarely do coins go under the 200-week SMA if it's a bull market, okay? If it goes below that in a bull market, it's basically a sign that the bear market's been entered. What we can see is Nano has held the support in multiple occasions. It acted as resistance here, support here, and it's acting as support right now. It's currently at $2.70. What you will notice is that the bottom of this green box is at $2, and so the 200-week SMA is supporting us in this green box right now, which indicates that we might be seeing upside momentum after a bounce off that. So it's not all bad, and that's why I'm kind of taking this middle ground approach, and that's why I'm giving you a trading plan rather than a prediction, because predictions are all well and good, but I think trading plans are the way to go, because if you have a prediction, it doesn't play out, cool, you've lost your money. If you have a trading plan, no matter what scenario plays out, you know what to do to profit, so you can profit in every scenario, right? Do you understand? We have the stochastic RSI that's bottoming out right as we enter the 200-week SMA as well, but we will have to note as well that we have the 50-week SMA active as resistance at $5.60. So again, it's a bit of a mixed chart. However, it does kind of indicate that this support box, it may not hold, right? It may not hold, but it won't go down without a fight. There will be a bounce there, right? There will be a bounce there in that support box due to the amount of support there. The Bitcoin pair on Nano is another thing we have to note here. And the Bitcoin pair obviously has been slowly downtrending for the period of its lifespan. And that's just natural, right? That's what happens with every Bitcoin pair on altcoin charts, right? Altcoins generally go down against Bitcoin. It's just how it is. There's more altcoins in the market than there was before. It's not necessarily that they're failing against Bitcoin. It just means that money is spread out into more places, right? And what we can see here is that we've got this kind of weird, I guess you could say it's a descending wedge formation. However, you could also say it's descending triangle formation. And you could also say that that descending triangle formation has been broken to the downside, and we're currently retested the top of it, and the next logical step would be another breakdown, okay? What you could also say on Nano is that we have this line here acting as the support line, and then we have this line here, something like that, right? And we can say that, it's very hard to draw correctly, but something like this, I suppose. And you could say that this was the retest of the bottom and the head down is natural. So the point is, there's a lot of different ways to perceive something like this. You could also say it's a head and shoulders pattern for sure. But the point is the Bitcoin pair doesn't look all too hot, and it doesn't tell us too much about Nano right now. And this, again, is why I'm taking this approach in which I'm giving you a trading plan rather than a prediction. No point in me predicting anything. I don't want to predict anything. Right? I've already done my fair share of predictions. I predicted Bitcoin's going to go down from 66k. It's gone down to 42. All right, that's enough predictions. Okay, what I need to be doing now that the market is in an unstable position, uncertain position, is creating trading strategies rather than predictions. Because it's all very well and good saying, oh, Nano's going to go to 20 USD, but it might not happen. What I want to be doing is setting up a plan in which I will profit for every scenario that occurs. And there are ways to do that, particularly on ranging coins. And that's why I'm focusing on Nano, Digibot, and Bitcoin Cash in the next few days. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Rewind the video if you want to hear my trading plan for Nano again. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.